I remember I was on the floor of Stallings and my watch started vibrating and my phone was at my desk. And I saw her name and immediately just was like, something's wrong, because she was just with me, so she wouldn't be calling me. And like got this sense of like, oh my God. So I ran up to my office and picked up the phone, and it was a stranger being like, this girl told me to call you. Are you the athletic trainer for Kiannah? And in the back room I can hear Kiwi, Mercedes, I got hit by a car. And I just was like, oh my gosh. And so I kept her on the phone, sprinted through Stallings, out of Stallings to my car, and was like, tell me where you are. I'm gonna come meet you. Because at that point they had just called 911.
I was just alone in the street, and then all of a sudden people are rushing to get to me. My knee is blown open, and I knew looking at it that like it was not good. It was not pretty. The people around me, I'm looking at their faces and it's concern. I was in the ER, in the emergency room with the trauma team for probably 6 hours, having them clean out my knee, getting rushed to get scans, head to toe scans. And Mercedes, our athletic trainer, stayed with me the whole time. Every day, like, the coaches were there. So that was on September 1st, 2023.
I was able to be in the room with her when they did like all of the initial evaluation with Mercedes. So I knew after seeing her, I was very calm, but I saw her knee and knew that this was not a normal, just small injury, that this was going to be something pretty serious. Luckily her mom was able to get here pretty quickly too, so she was a part of that too and helping her feel comfortable and supported through all of it.
I got on a plane as soon as I could. I didn't know if I was going to be here for a week or a couple weeks, and ended up staying 8 weeks out here to help her during her initial rehab stuff that she had to go through.
So I'm in my 11th year of being an athletic trainer, and I think this is the worst injury that I've seen, and non-sport related. Especially here at UNC, we have so many resources that I really serve as a medical liaison for the student athletes and making sure that they're utilizing and getting to all of those resources to try to support them in every part of their recovery.
As much as I was trying to recover physically, I was also trying to find myself again and kind of find, not my sanity, but find a sense of being, because my entire life had just blown up. Like, everything I thought I was gonna do, I was gonna graduate in May, I was gonna have my senior day, I was gonna be done, everything was gonna be good, tie a bow on it. That chapter just exploded.
Yeah, good weight shifts.
Because of the time that we spent together, I have more insight into days that I can push her and days that I can't push her, and it doesn't take as much communication. I think that was really pivotal in seeing progress for her, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too, because she had to be dedicated to get back to play softball, but even before softball was in the picture, to get back to her normal activity levels of walking around pain-free. And it was a very hard, challenging recovery process from the very beginning until the end, because then at the end too, when you're doing sport-specific return, there's a lot of fear and trying to rebuild confidence in things that she knows she can do but hasn't done in at least a year or maybe longer. We had to rebuild that too.
She has a great perspective and is such a great leader. You know, we wanted her to be around as much as she felt comfortable, and it was hard for her. We encouraged her to be here as much as she could. We didn't want to put pressure on her. We wanted her to do it in her own terms and in her own timing. She just was folded in little by little. You know, being around the team, being at practice, being more visible and more vocal whenever she was comfortable doing it and able to do it.
There's only a few people on the team now who had ever seen me play before. I know I have the skills, but I'm nervous. Like, I'm scared to do it, and honestly, I'm scared to be bad at it, because this is something I've always been good at. And being able to show up super vulnerable all the time, and just, they're never wavering in their support.
An eventful and emotional day for Pierce. It has been over 1,000 days since the last time she was able to put on her uniform and play a softball game.
So when I first decided I wanted to come back, I thought everyone was gonna think I was crazy. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna do it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever. And so I remember in the fall, I had been practicing. I have my strength back, my numbers look great. And so I have all these appointments and I'm begging Mercedes and my surgeon, like, please, I just want to hit in one game.
And she walked in and just said, hey, Coach Smith, what do you think if I give it a try to come back? And I think I might have screamed and got up and you know, not because she's such a great player, that's a big part of it. You know, she's an amazing player and I know the impact she can have softball-wise on the field, but really just elated for her that she took it in her own hands how her career was going to end and she was going to give it a shot to come back. And you know, I think that says a lot about her as a person, a lot about how she is raised and her family.
You know, she told me, I don't want to leave my destiny up to somebody else, and I don't want somebody else's poor decision to, you know, determine how my life turns out. And what do you say to that as a mom, right? It's like, absolutely. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, if it works, great. And it's not easy to have your kid that far away, no matter what, especially in something like this, but I knew she was in good hands. And in fact, Coach Smith and Coach Line are the ones that picked me up from the airport the day when I came in, which is really just a testament to, you know, the type of people that they are.
There are a few athletes who can do, I think, what she's done. And it really takes a special person, but it was very much also a partnership. And I told her, I was like, I will do everything in my power if you want it. But you have to meet me with that intensity. So I'll come in here with my A game every day, but I can only create the path for you. You're the one who has to walk it. But I'll do that if you tell me you want to. And she did, and it was just incredible. Every time I get to see her play is really exciting.
I'm just really proud of myself to be able to play and to perform or not perform, because now everything is just taken as like it's just an opportunity to have another day to do it. And it's something that I love doing, so I just want to be a part of the culture and a part of something more than myself at Carolina, and I earned my way back into a starting lineup to play.